Sixth graders, this is to help you with question 7 on CR 19. It says a pancake recipe calls for 22 ounces of milk. How many cups of milk are needed for the recipe? Okay, so for letter A, I want to know how many cups of milk. I'm given ounces. So here's a fact you need to know. 8 fluid ounces equals 1 cup. So if I want to know how many cups of milk I need, all right, let's see. Let's do ounces over cups equals ounces over cups. So we use our fact, 8 ounces is 1 cup. Then we take our information from the problem. This OZ stands for ounces. So 22 has to go on top because I put the ounces in the numerator. So the 22 goes in the numerator. So now I have to say 8 times what is 22? That'll tell me what to multiply the 1 by. So to figure out 8 times what is 22, I would have to do 22 divided by 8. 8 goes into 22 twice. 2 times 8 is 16. 22 minus 16 is 6. So it's 2 6/8. 6/8 I could simplify, dividing numerator and denominator by 2. And I would have 2 whole cups and 3/4 of another cup. So this would be times 2 3/4. So 8 times 2 3/4 gets you to 22. 1 times 2 3/4, that's 2 3/4 cups. So 2 3/4 cups of milk are needed for the recipe. If you start with a quart of milk, how many ounces will be left over when you're done? Okay. To figure out my quarts, for letter B, I'm going to draw the big G. In a gallon, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 quarts. In each of those quarts, there's 2 pints. In each of those pints, there's 2 cups. So I know there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cups in a quart. So now I know there's 4 cups equals 1 quart. 4 cups is 1 quart. I know there's 8 ounces in a cup. So if you start with a quart of milk, how many ounces will be left when you're done with your pancakes? Okay, so first of all, if I start with a quart of milk is the same as 4 cups. How many ounces in a cup? 8 ounces in a cup. So if I have 4 cups, I have 4 times 8 is 32. So there's 32 ounces in 1 quart. There's oops, sorry about that. I jumped slides. Let me go back. So there's 32 ounces in 1 quart. So if I start with a quart of milk, it means I start with 32 ounces. How many ounces will be left over after I make the pancakes? So I have to take my 32 ounces, which is my 1 quart, and I have to subtract off the 22 ounces I'm using. 2 minus 2 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. So you have 10 ounces left over after you make those pancakes. So the bottom part here is for letter A. Then up here is letter B. Let's see what C. What fraction of the quart of milk will be left over? All right, so if I do part out of total, so the part that's left out of the total I started with, that means, so this is for letter C, the part, what fraction of the quart of milk will be left over? So I'll have 10 ounces left over out of how many ounces total in a quart of milk? 32 ounces total in a quart of milk. I can leave this as 10 over 32, or I can write it in simplest form. I see 2 will divide nicely into both of those numbers. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 32 divided by 2, some of you might have to long divide off to the side. 2 goes into 3 once. 2 goes into 12 6 times. So it's 5/16. 5/16 of the quart of milk you'll have left over. 5/16 of the quart. I was trying to see if I could break this up nicely into 16ths to shade in what would be left. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oops, sorry, 15, 16. So I think full, it would go up to there. And I'd have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/16 left. It's about how much of the milk you'd have left. Oh gosh, I keep jumping slides. Sorry about that. I hope that helps.